Let's be honest, for a while now, the punk scene's been feeling a little safe. We've had good albums, don't get me wrong, but when's the last time a record really truly lit that fire under you? That raw, joyful, and rebellious spark? Well, get ready. The Buzzcocks, one of the bands that literally architected the sound, just dropped a new album, and it's a masterclass in catchy, pop-inspired punk. It's a fantastic record that proves they still got it after all of these years, and we're going to get into why. For anyone who's new here, the Buzzcocks aren't just another band. They're foundational. Back in 1977, their debut EP, Spiral Scratch, basically kicked off the entire independent label movement. While other bands were all anger and snarl, the Buzzcocks did something different. They wrote punchy, melodic pop punk. Songs about love, life, and confusion. They were the witty, sensitive heart of a nihilistic era. After the tragic passing of legendary Pete Shelley in 2018, a lot of people thought it was over for the band. But co-founder, guitarist, and now frontman Steve Diggle decided to keep that flag flying. That brings us to their 12th studio album, released on January 30th this year, Attitude Adjustment. So, what do the Buzzcocks sound like today? It's loud, fast, and surprisingly upbeat. It's got that classic raw punk energy, but welded to incredibly smart melodies. This isn't just a trip down memory lane. Diggle himself calls it punk rock with a Motown vibe. And it's that blend of grit and groove that makes this thing feel so current. It's an album that proves after almost 50 years, the Buzzcocks are still a creative force, not just a museum piece. The 14 tracks on Attitude Adjustment are a statement about resilience. It's the sound of a band that's not just surviving, but actually thriving. This album kicks off with Queen of the Scene, a track with a jangled intro and a glam rock beat that takes a lyrical shot at modern fame culture. It perfectly sets the tone. It's pop, it's punk, and it's buzzing with energy. From there, Seeing Daylight is an optimistic, melodic anthem built for driving with the windows down. It's less about pure aggression and more about breezy positivity, with a swirly, psychedelic guitar solo that makes it feel almost Beatles-esque. But the album's best moments are when it gets weird. A track called Break the Ball and Chain really leans into that Motown influence with a funky bass riff and horns that feel closer to something like the Style Council. Then you have these strange, wonderful songs like Jesus at the Wheel, which echoes Dylan and Bowie and shows the band still willing to experiment. This isn't a group just playing their greatest hits, it's a band that's still pushing their own edges. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. A comeback album after losing a singer as iconic as Pete Shelley is a monumental task. But Steve Diggle, now handling all the songwriting and vocals, has stepped into those incredibly big shoes with respect and a renewed sense of purpose. His voice is a world away from Shelley's, and that's what makes this so compelling. Instead of imitating the past, Diggle brings his own gruff, soulful punk energy to the microphone. It's rawer, grittier vocal style that fits the album theme of resilience perfectly. It's a bold choice that honors Shelley's legacy by refusing to let the band become a simple tribute act. This is the sound of the Buzzcocks forging a new chapter, and Diggle's passionate performance is the engine driving it forward. But here's where it gets interesting. For me, those so-called imperfections are exactly what makes Attitude Adjustment so vital. It's raw, it's brutally honest, and it's the sound of an artist refusing to be fossilized. But what do you think? Is it fair to hold this new version of the Buzzcocks up against their classic material? Let me know your take in the comments. So, where does Attitude Adjustment ultimately land? Forget trying to rank it against the modern punk scene. This album's real achievement is how it captures the unmistakable essence of the Buzzcocks themselves. It's a record that is instantly recognizable, not just in its sound, but in its spirit. The blend of punchy raw energy with smart, unforgettable melodies is the band's signature, and it's alive and well here. This album isn't just paying tribute to the past. It's a living, breathing document that proves the band's core identity is as resilient as its members. It's the sound of a band nearly 50 years on, still hitting hard and hooking deep, and that's an attitude really worth recognizing.